Kibalan pedo kinyayon it water then consider any country in the Eurozone. It is the largest economy after the US. And now consider the Eurozone. The Eurozone is made up of 20 countries, not considering recent countries. The biggest economy is Germany. Germany's focus is on manufacturing. The second biggest is France, focus on services. Then we have Italy, again focus on manufacturing. Then we have Spain also, focus on manufacturing. Then we have the total industries focus. 70% of the GDP goes to services, and they also focus on manufacturing. Germany is the biggest economy. Its focus is on manufacturing, and it is a major trade partner with the United States. We need to try to understand this. This is the zone where we have a democracy of countries whose fiscal policy is made from one place, which is the US. The US fiscal policy will be made by the Federal Reserve. China's fiscal policy will be made by their central bank. What do the different countries in the G7 do, like Canada? Their country's central banks decide their fiscal policy, but each individual country also has its own central bank. However, it is subject to the guidelines given by the ECB. The European Central Bank decides the current fiscal policy for all. So, because of this, their non-compete and trading policies and business rules are very relaxed, easy, and safe. Because of this, foreign and domestic people find it much better to invest and do business here. So now let's discuss what the ECB is. So we will discuss the ECB. The ECB is responsible for the monetary policy of the Eurozone, while each country has its own central bank, but the policy of the central bank is under the ECB, the European Central Bank. So I am the chairman of the central bank. Each country's central bank is a member of the ECB.
We discussed Fed. The purpose of Fed was to keep prices down.
To keep the economy healthy in the market. Then the European Central Bank has only one purpose, that is to keep the prices down. There is no less than the Twitter event in which the master Twitter set rules for member countries on what limit should be on inflation and how much a country can take on debt. It cannot exceed that debt. How does the ECB achieve this goal? They have interest rates. And central banks, open market operations, buying and selling government bonds to control the money supply. Now, when we had the euro, we got the anti-dollar concept. What happened was the euro came. Now this competitor to the dollar has arrived, and to some extent, it has been established and is functioning. The euro is the second most traded currency in the world. Euro USD is the most traded currency pair in the world. It is the largest equity. It has $7.5 trillion in forex equity, so Euro USD is half of the 3.5 trillion daily trading volume. The euro is often seen as the opposite of the US dollar. When the dollar strengthens, the euro weakens, and when the euro weakens, the dollar becomes strong. Which economic indicators? We have the GDP measure. Each country's individual GDP comes, and a single GDP comes. Now keep an eye on this. The total GDP of the Eurozone, when it comes together, doesn't get much market focus. The market focuses more on individual GDP. Now Germany, France, Italy, and Spain are the four biggest economies. Everyone in the Eurozone keeps an eye on them, and if their GDP comes out before the Eurozone's GDP, then the GDP result is already priced in. If it comes out later, then the market will focus more on the Eurozone's GDP. So we have to keep this in mind. Similarly, there is an employment change. Each country's individual data comes, then the Eurozone's collective data comes. So we have to keep an eye on the four big economies. Then we have the largest economy, Germany. Keep an eye on Germany's industrial production. Keep an eye on Germany's IFO business climate. Industrial production indicates the conditions of Germany's manufacturing industry. What is the main economic driver of Germany? We have manufacturing. Okay, so similarly, what does the business climate survey of Germany indicate? The IFO, how the people doing business feel about the economy. Then we have the budget deficits of each one. The countries also come, the total Eurozones also come. Then there's the CPI, Consumer Price Index, as we discussed earlier. It indicates inflation in the Eurozone. Individual data for each country comes, and collective data for the Eurozone also comes. So you have to keep in mind that there is a difference in data between the Eurozone and others. There are data points for individual countries and collective data points for the Eurozone as well. So what moves the euro? So here's even the good news from the Eurozone. Officially, it helps the euro. After that, we read that the euro is the main opposition to the dollar. If the dollar is strong, then the euro is weak. So if there is good news for the euros, it is bad for the euro. Most of the time, so this needs to be understood, then higher bond yields in the Eurozone compared to other regions can make you more attractive to investors. Interest rate differential is the main fundamental mover of crisis interest rates. If interest rates in the Eurozone are higher than other places, your currency will get stronger. And obviously, if it is weak, it will become weaker. So now we have to trade the Euro USD. Now Euro USD is always traded on the Euro. Its standard lot size is of course 100,000 euros. Its pip value is calculated in dollars, and one pip is equal to $1. Traders need to have enough